Hey there, word explorers. Hey everyone. Today we're diving into the exciting world of grammar. Don't worry, it's going to be fun, I promise. We're talking about imperative verbs. These are like the directors of the English language. They tell us what to do. Think of your favorite action movie. All those exciting commands. Those are imperative verbs in action. Ready to become a grammar superstar? Let's go. So, what exactly are these bossy verbs? They're action words that give commands, instructions, or warnings. Close the door, eat your vegetables, look both ways before crossing. These are all examples of imperative verbs in action. They're direct, to the point, and they don't beat around the bush. It's like they're saying, just do it. And guess what? You use them all the time without even realizing it. Imagine you're baking a cake. You need clear instructions, right? That's where imperative verbs come in handy. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Mix the flour, sugar, and eggs. Bake for 30 minutes. See how those verbs guide you through each step? They're like a recipe for success. Whether it's baking, building, or even just brushing your teeth, imperative verbs help us get things done. Ever gotten lost and asked for directions? Those helpful instructions probably used imperative verbs too. Go straight 2 blocks, turn left at the corner, you'll see the library on your right. These verbs act like signposts, guiding us towards our destination. They make sure we don't get lost in the sea of streets and buildings. Section 5. Watch out, warnings ahead. Imperative verbs also play a crucial role in keeping us safe. They alert us to potential dangers and tell us what to do. Danger. High voltage, do not enter. Stop, look and listen. These warnings are short, sharp and attention-grabbing. They're designed to prevent accidents and keep us out of harm's way. So, the next time you see a warning sign, pay attention. It might just save your life. Section 6. Let's get creative crafting clear instructions. Ready to put your imperative verb skills to the test. Crafting clear instructions is an essential skill, whether you're guiding someone through a complex task or a simple daily routine. Let's imagine you're writing instructions for a friend on how to make the perfect cup of tea. This exercise will help you understand the importance of clarity and precision in your instructions. Start with a clear command. Boil some water. This is the first step and sets the stage for everything that follows. Without boiling water, you can't make tea, so it's crucial to begin here. See how that sets the stage for the rest of the instructions? Each step should logically follow the previous one, ensuring that the person following your instructions can easily understand and execute them. Then, guide your friend through each step. Add a tea bag to your mug. The step is straightforward but essential. It's important to be specific so there's no confusion. Pour the hot water over the tea bag. This step requires precision. Make sure the water is hot enough to steep the tea properly, but not so hot that it burns the tea leaves. Let it steep for 3 to 5 minutes. Timing is crucial here. Too short and the tea will be weak. Too long and it might become bitter. A timer can be very helpful to ensure the perfect steeping time. Finally, end with a satisfying conclusion. Enjoy your delicious cup of tea. This final step is not just about drinking the tea, but also about appreciating the process and the result of following clear instructions. Remember, the key to crafting clear instructions is to be concise, yet detailed enough to leave no room for misunderstanding. Each step should be easy to follow and logically connected to the next. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice writing clear instructions, the better you'll become at it. Try writing instructions for other simple tasks, like making a sandwich or setting up a new gadget. Notice how each step builds on the previous one, creating a seamless flow of actions. This is the hallmark of well-crafted instructions. Share your instructions with others and get feedback. This will help you refine your skills and ensure that your instructions are as clear and effective as possible. So next time you need to guide someone through a task, remember these tips. Clear, concise, and logical instructions can make all the difference. Happy instructing. Section 7, Navigating New Waters, Giving Directions. In this section, we will explore the art of giving directions, a crucial skill that can make a world of difference in helping someone find their way. Whether you're guiding a friend to a hidden gem in your city or assisting a tourist, clear directions are essential. Now, let's say you're giving someone directions to your favorite park. It's important to be as specific as possible to avoid any confusion. Start by providing a general overview of the route before diving into the details. Use clear and concise language, just like a GPS. Think about how a GPS system guides you step by step and try to emulate that clarity. Avoid using vague terms like over there or nearby. Instead, use precise language and specific street names. Start by heading north on Main Street. Mentioning the direction and the street name helps the person orient themselves right from the beginning. If there are any notable landmarks along the way, be sure to point them out. Turn right at the traffic lights. Traffic lights are excellent reference points because they are easily recognizable and provide a clear indication of where to make a turn. Follow the path until you see a playground. Describing the surroundings can help the person feel more confident that they are on the right track. Mentioning specific features like a playground can be very helpful. To make your directions even clearer, you can include landmarks. Landmarks are fixed points that are easily identifiable and can serve as excellent navigational aids. They provide visual cues that can reassure the person that they are heading in the right direction. After the bakery, take the second left. Using businesses or other notable buildings as reference points can make your directions more relatable and easier to follow. People often remember places like bakeries, cafes, or shops. You'll see the park entrance opposite the ice cream shop. Mentioning the park entrance and its proximity to a popular spot like an ice cream shop can make it easier for the person to find their destination. It's all about creating a mental map that is easy to follow. Remember, giving good directions is all about painting a clear picture in the other person's mind. The more detailed and specific you can be, the better. Think about the journey from their perspective and anticipate any potential points of confusion. By doing so, you'll ensure they reach their destination with ease and confidence. Section 8. Staying safe, designing effective warnings. In this section, we will explore the critical elements that make warnings effective and how they can be designed to ensure maximum impact. Whether in a workplace, public area, or even at home, the right warning can make all the difference in preventing accidents and ensuring safety. Warnings are all about grabbing attention and conveying urgency. They need to be clear, concise, and immediately recognizable. The primary goal is to alert people to potential dangers and prompt them to take appropriate action. This involves not just the text, but also the design elements, such as color, font, and imagery. Let's say you're designing a sign for a slippery floor. Use a bold font and eye-catching colors. Caution wet floor. The choice of colors is crucial. Typically, yellow and black are used because they are highly visible and associated with caution. The font should be large enough to be read from a distance, ensuring that the message is clear even to those who are in a hurry. You can even add a visual cue, like an image of a person slipping. This helps to reinforce the message and makes it accessible to people who may not speak the language or have difficulty reading. Visual cues are universally understood and can be incredibly effective in conveying the severity of the hazard. For a construction site, you might use a more forceful tone. Danger, hard hats required. The word danger immediately communicates a high level of risk, and the exclamation mark adds a sense of urgency. In such environments, the stakes are higher, and the warnings need to be even more prominent and unambiguous. The key is to make sure your warning is impossible to ignore. This means placing it at eye level using bright colors and ensuring it stands out from the background. In busy areas, the placement and visibility of the warning sign are just as important as the design itself. It should be positioned where it is most likely to be seen by those at risk. Remember, a well-designed warning can prevent accidents and save lives. It's not just about compliance with regulations, it's about genuinely caring for the well-being of others. Effective warnings are a critical component of any safety strategy, and their design should be given the attention it deserves. By understanding the principles of effective warning design, you can create signs that not only meet legal requirements, but also truly protect people from harm. Section 9. Time to test your skills. Ready for some fun? Let's see how well you've mastered imperative verbs. 1. Write a short set of instructions for how to tie a shoelace. 2. Give someone directions to your house from school. 3. Design a warning sign for a hot stove. Don't be afraid to get creative and have fun with it. Section 10. Keep on commanding. Congratulations! You've journeyed into the world of imperative verbs and emerged a grammar champion. Remember, these bossy verbs are essential for giving instructions, providing directions, and issuing warnings. So go forth and command the English language with confidence. And always remember to have fun with grammar. Happy writing, everyone!